Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to welcome you at today's debate. Please allow me for a few words of introduction, and then we will continue with discussing the topic of today's debate. We gather today to investigate critical topics concerning the enlargement of European Union and the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Today's dialogue is not merely about rhetorics. It's all about shaping the future, about fostering understanding, and most importantly, about finding solutions. We live in the times of game changing. During the celebration of 20th anniversary, when the largest growing or accession to the European Union took place in 2004, which was taking place at 29th of May this year. The President of the European Council, Charles Michel, said, "The European Union must get bigger or a risk facing a new Iron Curtain along its eastern flank." He also said, "It would be extremely dangerous if you would have an unstable neighborhood with a lack of prosperity or lack of economic development. These are our common interests of candidate countries in the European Union to make the progress and to integrate." We gather together to discuss the issues of integration with the European Union of one country among few, namely Ukraine, that has a special negotiation status, the country under full war due to invasion of Russia. However, we wish to go beyond current state of the war that lasts already for 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, and 4 days, and even over the post-war reconstruction and primary focus on the integration process. And we need to stress out at this stage that both Ukraine and the European Union would benefit from progressive integration of the country into European Union policies alongside the formal accession negotiations. I pay your attention on 2 words, integration and formal accession. However, there are identified several issues that clearly show that integration means make landscape of Ukraine accession to the European Union full of fears for both parties. We try to make these fears face to face today. We are privileged to host this debate at the Warsaw University of Life Science, at the university that is a guiding lighthouse of knowledge and progress, which is the best setting for such an important conversation. Here, among the halls of academia, we are reminded of the power of science of education, a dialogue in driving positive change. Warsaw University of Life Science is proud to be part of the UniGreen, the European Green University. And today, as you all know, we are gathering here for first Summer Students Festival, which this debate is part of. I extend a warm welcome to our esteemed panelists and our audience, especially students from Ukrainian universities and the students from UniGreen member institutions who will participate in the debate today. Your presence highlights the importance of this discussion and reaffirms our commitment to collaborative problem solving. My name is Mariusz Maciejczak, and I am professor and director of the Institute of Economics and Finance at Warsaw University of Life Sciences, and I have the privilege of moderating today's debate. I am deeply aware of the responsibility that comes with this role, to facilitate a meaningful exchange of ideas, to seek clarity among complexity, and to amplify voices that deserve to be heard. Together, let us embark on this journey of exploration of dialogue guided by a shared commitment to progress, understanding, and above all, to the values that unite us as members of academia, as members of UniGreen community, and the members of European community. Thank you for joining us today, and let's begin our debate. The steps to join European Union are multiple and different. Our discussion, however, will try to narrow to a few negotiation chapters that I found the most important for today's and for the future. Those are fundamental rights, free movement of goods, capital and workers, food safety, agriculture and rural development, regional policy, education and cultures, security and defense. I would like to ask each student from both sides, Ukraine and from Unigreen members, universities, to address of these topics. I will appreciate that you will contribute to a lively and fruitful discussion. I would like to start with fundamental rights. In the negotiation chapters, we can read that the European policies in the area of justice and fundamental rights aim to maintain and further development the European Union as an area of freedom, security and justice. The establishment of an independent and efficient courts is of paramount importance. Impartiality, integrity and high standards by the courts are essential for safeguarding the rules of law. Equally, member states must fight corruption effectively as it represents a threat to the stability of democratic institutions and the rule of law. Member states must also ensure respect for fundamental rights of the EU citizens as guaranteed by the law and by the Fundamental Rights Charter. So this is the first topic of our discussion. In European Union, the things are not going easy. We face some problems with that. But I feel, and I had the feeling that with integration of Ukraine, with a different perspective, also from the point of view of some ethical rules, might be very much difficult, or might be more difficult than we expect. What is your opinion, though? Who would like to start? Who would be the brave one? Okay, we have the first one. Please make an applause for a colleague who is brave enough to be the first one. Sir, could you please introduce yourself, say from where you are from, and then present your opinion, though?
Hello everyone, my name is Jakub, I'm from SGGW, Warsaw University of Life Sciences. I'm a student of economics, and at first I wanted to comment these famous words of Charles Michel, the president, and I wanted to say that I probably deny these words, because I don't think if we will not enlarge European Union, it will do the next Iron Curtain in our borders. And I think it's because that the last 20 years we are living with Ukrainian, Belarus and other countries that are not participants of European Union, and they weren't Iron Curtain for us. We were doing business with them. We were doing business with them, and I think it will be the same if we will not enlarge European Union like with Ukrainian. It will just make the things as they are now, and we cannot say that this Iron Curtain will start to be in our borders, because all of countries that are surrounded by European Union are just economic partners, and yeah, they are just sales partners for European Union, and they just make opportunities for us, and on the other side, we create opportunities for them to like economic opportunities. Okay, thank you very much, Jakub. Who wants to reply for this statement? Jakub wants to keep the status quo. Please.
Yes, Lisa HEPL. I kind of agree to certain terms. I believe that the way that it was stated is not objective when he said that it must have, saying that something is a must mean that it's mandatory. I don't say that we shouldn't enlarge the EU, but I don't think that if we don't, that it always has negative significations. And I also think that the term used as an iron wall to make reference back to the Cold War is kind of also some sort of baiting, because if we think of a Western country, Switzerland is a great country. It's in the middle of everything, and there is no particular issue, and it's not a part of the EU. So I do think that enlarging the European Union and the countries that are a member, okay, always I won't say that, but it can be a great thing, whether it be economics or geopolitics as well. But that is a factor that I don't believe has been taken into account in the way that his statement was phrased. I don't like it.
Okay, thank you very much. Maybe from Ukrainian side, who would like to comment on that? Is there any student that wants to share another perspective? So the voices so far said, well, let's keep the status quo. Maybe it's not necessary to go as far as full integration.
So maybe I will tell.
Okay.
My name is Barnaba Sibilski. I'm from Warsaw University of Life Sciences. I'm also economy student. And I wanted to disagree both with Kuba and sorry, I forgot your name. Lisa. Yes, thank you. So I wanted to say that first about Kuba's argument that European Union could have also not let Poland join the European Union and also be a trade partner, but it didn't happen. And that was a milestone in Polish history, that we joined European Union and we got access to so much money because of that and so much help from European Union. So I don't agree that we should only be business partners, because as the president of European Union said, we can enlarge it, and it is not in European Union's business to have not or worse developed countries around the border. And second thing is about Switzerland. The situation in Switzerland is completely different than in other countries that we talk about around European Union or near European Union, because Switzerland was has never nothing to do with war, especially. So the economic loss was absolutely different. So I don't agree with the Switzerland doing good and not being in European Union, because when Switzerland would join European Union, there would be for sure leaders like France and Germany. So I don't think that's the case, because we talk now about the situation when the country is weaker before joining, not and wouldn't be the strongest member just by joining, because as we see the new European countries that join European Union, for example Poland in 2004 or 2003, so 2004. They were weaker countries like Poland, like Romania, but after they joined, they got stronger because they got resources from other countries to grow, and I think that's the case with Ukraine. So that's what I wanted to say for the first.
Okay. My question to Ukrainian students: when Poland joined European Union, and that was 20 years ago. I was a student at that time, like you are, and I participated in similar debate at the university in the Netherlands where I was studying. The Dutch students said to me, you know, we are afraid that each eighth cow in Europe will be Polish, and you will produce too much milk, and we will not know what to do with this milk. The milk quotas disappear and they are not present anymore. But today we're facing similar situation when each fifth hectare of the land of integrated European Union with Ukraine will be Ukrainian. And all the Europeans will have the free access to cultivate this land. Don't you afraid that the biggest treasure of the country will be taken over by the capital from another countries? Could you please answer? What is your opinion? Yeah. Just wait for a mic, introduce yourself, and we'll present your opinion.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia. I'm from National University of Life and Science of Environmental Sciences. I understand the concerns of, as was mentioned earlier, that European countries are concerned that the Ukrainian economy, for example, is weaker, and we don't have enough of developed economy, and we have issues with low regulation and corruption. And it's clear to Ukrainian citizens as well, but I believe that there is a great potential, and we are capable of integrating, and with the help of EU, I believe that the European Union will foster the Ukrainian rule of law and human resources, and it will increase our opportunities for the potential growth.
Okay, thank you very much. May I ask you how you will convince Jakub or Barnaba? No, maybe Barnaba not, but a colleague from Belgium, that integration is a good, both sides mutual benefit, and the issues with, for instance, corruption or the other things will be able to be overcome in the process of integration, which is different from accession. So there's a process of getting closer and closer, like being a couple, and finally you get married because you trust each other. How you will convince the others that Ukraine can do that? Can you please take a mic, introduce yourself, and.
Hello, my name is Nikita. I'm from University of Life Sciences, and in my opinion, sorry. Can
Take
you
your time.
Can you translate? Not translate. Repeat the questions.
The question is how you will convince the others that Ukraine has the potential to join European Union and fulfill the requirements of being a member of European community.
In European Union, Ukraine must be defeat corruption first, and must be maybe sorry.
Okay, take your time.
Okay.
Think about your answer, maybe in Ukrainian, and then we will move to you, and I will ask a colleague to help.
Hi, my name is Irina. I'm from National University of Life and Environmental Science from Kiev, and concerning the things that I need, we have potential to delete corruption, because we already done a lot, and it's not made in a few months. We need time to to do all these reforms, and if you have fears about yes, as you said, for grains, European Union will have a new market to release their products, and our products will be, I think, much more cheaper than European, and it will be more accessive to another European Union countries.
I see Barnaba wants to take the floor. Maybe I ask a colleague from Portugal. May I ask you to take the floor, and let's change the perspective to free movement of goods and capital. You said that there will be a lot of Ukrainian agricultural products, especially, that will be cheaper. Today we observe the situation that in Poland, 1 kilo of poultry from Poland costs around 20 Polish zloty, and from Ukraine is around half of this price. So the competitiveness of Ukrainian products are much higher. But the same situation is with other countries, also from Western countries like Portugal or Spain. Don't you see the problem that the national products facing this kind of competition from Ukraine will have a more difficult situation? Could you please answer?
Hello, my name is Miguel. I'm from the Polytechnic University of Coimbra. Yeah, I don't think having more product coming from Ukraine and cheaper is a problem. I think it will help the overall economy. But yeah.
Okay, thank you, Miguel. We have a colleague from there, and then I will give you a floor to both of you. May I ask you to take the yes?
Sorry. Hi, my name is Victoria. I'm also from Nils Kyiv. I think that when Ukraine will join the European Union, the agricultural products will not be as cheap, because I'm an agricultural student. I'm a bit known on this topic. The cheapness of products comes from not giving the plants as much as fertilizers or anything, and using intensive technologies of agriculture. When joining European Union, for joining, there will be laws that control, that provide an amount of fertilizers and insecticides and anything. There's a lot of them that are used in Ukraine, but not allowed to use in European unions. They are cheap and they are very aggressive. So if we will not use them, our products will be much more expensive and also a better quality, because most of the grain that comes from Ukraine are not, how do you say, transformed in Ukraine.
Okay, so the input resources will be much more expensive. That will result in more expensive products. Okay, the colleague from Almeria, and then Barnaba.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Well, in the same line as this colleague was saying and answering the question that you made to our Portugal colleague, we are from Almeria, Spain, and we have become one of the, let's say, like the greenhouse of Europe somehow, because we are in a desert. We have been able to harvest a lot of different plants under greenhouses. And I would like to connect this question with a situation that is going on all around Europe, which is that different agricultures are under strikes and are fighting because they are protesting, because some places in Europe are accepting goods that are coming from outside the European Union. So let's say that it's not fair because the agricultures have to spend a lot of money by using certain products and being with the conditions that the European Union need for food, which is very good because it's about sustainability, about organic, about not using pesticides. And moreover, and the thing is that we think that it's very important to create mechanisms so everything can be controlled properly, but at the same time, we can expand the market. So the food security can be guaranteed in the European Union, but at the same time we can increase the quality of the products, and we think that the only way of being able to do that is through integration and putting the rules of the game clearly.
Okay, thank you very much. And please pass my mic to Barnaba.
I wanted to say about the cheap products from Ukraine, because as we know, European Union is economic organization, because especially for a lot of countries, and the cheap products from Ukraine is not a good business for none of those countries. Not for Poland, not for Netherlands, not for Germany. So I think, and I don't agree with the quality argument, because even if the quality is getting bigger, I think the production on Ukraine it is possible to produce so much more because of a lot of factors, like, for example, ground. So they can produce so much more than other countries, even with better quality. So it's generally better for the people, right, in European Union, but worse for the organizations and for I forgot the word. So for not the brands, but for the companies. Yes, thank you. So for the companies in European Union, and as we all know, all countries in European Union have to agree to new country to join, and I don't think it would be easy. Because Europe is just scared of the possible production of Ukraine, even if the quality will be enough good because of the business problem. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I will ask the other colleague to take the floor, please.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Szymon, and I'm a student here at Faculty of Economics in the Warsaw University of Life Sciences. I wanted to further elaborate on the topic. I think we all saw what happened, of course, recognizing the unique situation of Ukraine when the agricultural trade from Ukraine was duty-free and customs-free. We noticed and we saw, especially in Poland, a lot of social backlash. I am very aware that the decrease of price in the grain markets are not because of the Ukraine, but rather because of the surplus of production from Russia and South American countries. But for me, when the farmer is blocking the road, it doesn't really matter if it's the politics or the emotions. It's the mere fact that he's blocking the road. And I wanted to say that with all the controversies about the European Green Deal, I think it's the issue because there's no doubt that the Ukraine is the agricultural powerhouse, and I think there's the main issue is how to kind of approach the situation to be as clear and as fair to every state member of EU, because there's no doubt that if the Ukraine introduces the Green Deal policies, I think the price will rise. I agree with my colleague that said that. And I think for me, there's the matter of the fair competition and being as clear as possible on the topic.
Okay. How would you address the further issue concerned with the fact that once Ukraine will join and will apply the Green Deal approach or the Green Deal strategy, it will also be subject to common agriculture policy and will receive the highest ever contribution and highest within the whole European Union contribution, not only for common agriculture policy to support agriculture farms, but also for structural funds, which will be over 100 billions of euro in current prices, if we calculate that for the perspective of 2020-2027, which is the multi-annual financial framework right now. Don't you afraid about that?
Of course, I'm a little bit afraid, but I personally recognize the potential that Ukraine has, and with the support of the European Union, I think there's a lot of produce to be produced, and I think it can be like a lot of structural development after the war is resolved. And I think actually we noticed that some states like Poland, for example, when we look at the net values of the support the European Union provides from the years 2014 to 2020 and to 2021-2027, it decreases because like the Poland enters the development state kind of era. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Our regions become more rich, and
more development, and I think it's a great occasion and great time to kind of shift the narrative to different states.
Okay. I would like to ask the colleagues from Bulgaria, how do you see the perspective of joining to European Union of Ukraine from the point of view of the flows of the money from European Union to the country and from the country to the European Union? So, as a matter of fact, in simple words, Bulgaria will need to pay to the European Union budget, and this will be transferred to less developed country like Ukraine. Are you agree for that? May I ask you to answer?
Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Yorgana, and I have nothing to say on the subject. I no have opinion.
Okay.
For this.
Okay. Maybe I will ask the colleagues from Ukraine. How do you like the perspective that each year around 20 billions of euro will be transferred to Ukraine to support reconstruction, of course, but in longer perspective to support the growth of the roads, to grow of the agriculture towards more safe, towards more quality food? Will you like this kind of perspective? Don't you feel that this will be somehow eaten unpurposefully? May I ask maybe you to answer? Could you please answer for me? No? Maybe the colleague next to you? Please take the floor, don't worry.
Well, I'm from Italy.
Okay, you are from Italy.
But I can say something. Well,
okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Sabina. I'm from University of Modena and Reggio Emilia. And well, I think that that's how the EU is supposed to work. Richer, more developed countries should give their EU budget in order to strengthen all the union and make all the union more stronger and help countries like Ukraine to develop and have a better quality of life, better institution, and help this country to integrate in the EU. So I think that, yeah, it's a really big amount of money that the Union is supposed to be giving to Ukraine, but I think that it will pay off because Ukraine has the potential to become an important agricultural powerhouse, like we were saying before, but also has the potential to contribute to the energy production of EU. So I think that we should give, control the money that we're giving this country and control all the integration process and be sure that the money is used in the correct way, but like we are doing with all the other member states. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Thank you very much for your contribution. I like it very much, and I would like to deeper a bit what you have said. In your opinion, European Union together with Ukraine will form a stronger body that will be able to compete with such regions like China or United States. Will be stronger in terms of economic perspective or economic power, but also military power facing Russia, which is a neighborhood. Will that contribute to this strengthen?
Well, I think that Ukraine can contribute to make Europe more stronger. Also facing other countries like China, like Russia, and I think that the enlargement and getting the EU bigger can help with this problem. Obviously, the first year will be like transitions year where Ukraine is getting stronger and stronger and it's integrated in the European Union. But after this time, I think that it can be a great contributor on this topic.
Thank you very much. Yes, please. Barnaba, could you please pass the mic to the lady behind you, and then I will give you the floor.
Hi, I'm Fatima. I come from Spain, as Ricardo. I would like to express my point of view. I think we should explain in terms of economical terms. We should explain the citizen that the money that Ukraine will receive will be an inversion and a future inversion. Obviously, there will be a transition period, but in order to get a stronger big country called Europe, because at the, to make it more competitive, but at the same time we should face a threat with Russia, for example, because I would like to mention what will happen if one of our neighbors, as Ukraine is now, is occupied by another foreign country, because in the time it will be only one country, big country. We will have the responsibility to face the threat that could make how to say, hacer frente a una amenaza gorda en términos de política.
Big political threat.
Yeah, it will be a big threat in terms of political too. Yeah.
That is very much important. Together we are stronger. Let's say this way. Although with like in family, which we are already on the outside, we are strong. I will not call the Italian example, but inside, like between the members of the family, we could have some issues and discuss the different aspects. But outside, we will be stronger to face the threats.
But we should convince people that they have to do the necessary reforms.
Yeah.
Because if they are not convinced, we can do anything without a strong.
Yeah. So what is said? European Union is not an economic class. It's always a first class that everyone should follow. But within this first class, we need to remember that some need to catch up to the development. And I would like to change a little bit the perspective. From the situation that Europe is afraid a bit of Ukrainian agriculture and move to free movement of workers, because Europe is constantly needing workers, and a lot of workers can come from Ukraine to support construction, to support industry in European Union. And then we have also some economic problems. On one hand, we could say these workers will work for cheaper rates, and that will create a problems. But on the other hand, there is a question: who will rebuild Ukraine? How much of the immigration? How much the immigration will impact the country itself? We need to remember, and I would like to quote this information, that since 20 years, each year, that's the case also of Poland, the population of the society in Ukraine is dropping by 2 digits. 15, 14, up to 20% annually, year to year, which means a lot of people disappearing simply from the country. And then we see the movement of a lot of people going to another countries, to Spain, to Poland, to Portugal, to Germany, to the Netherlands, and work there, establish the families over there. Don't you afraid, and that is my question to Ukrainian colleagues, that the country will be empty and all these monies that will go will be simply not used because there will be no people to work, and we could observe the situation that maybe people from China or from the other countries will come to work to Ukraine. Don't you afraid about that?
I think that I'm not afraid of that because I can get from my own experience. My aunt and uncle immigrated to Poland 5 years ago, and they work here legally, everything. But the reason for that is they didn't get a proper education in Ukraine, so they didn't have an opportunity to have a quality life in Ukraine. As with the integration to EU, I think that people would have better opportunities in Ukraine itself. And also, right now, a lot of people are fleeing from Ukraine because of war. That's the main reason. That's obviously. I know that we talk about the period after the war, or sometime, but I think that people will either come back or stop going away that quickly, because if Ukraine will be a better developed, better working environment like the EU, I don't think that many people will immigrate from Ukraine and will be a huge part of reconstruction of Ukraine. Thank you.
May I ask you to pass the mic to the colleague over there, and then I will ask you to take the floor.
Lisa, Liège, Belgium. I do agree. First off, my words were twisted at the beginning. I'm not saying that I disagree with, what was it called? Enlargement. But this is probably because English is my first language. So sometimes the way things are said or written, it might just come across as normal, but language is very important in how it's being used, and that's what I disagreed with. But to go back to what we're talking about, because life, I do agree that the reason that people are fleeing Ukraine is because there's like a war going on, but that the factor of what if people leave their country because stuff is happening, and about other people going into that country, it's already happening, just not as much in Europe or EU countries, but it's already happening in other countries. Other people people are fleeing their countries. I'm sorry, my brain. Oh my God, like my country of origin, so where my dad is born, etc., is like in RDC, so in Congo. People are fleeing because there's like currently like genocide happening, but since it's like it's rich in minerals, so like you have China who is sending their workers there because cobalt is there, and cobalt is what's used to make phone, etc. And so it's already happening in some countries, just not in Europe. And in that case, that's where I think where Ukraine is more fortunate based on where it's placed, since it's not in EU, but it is in Europe. So it has the opportunity to ask EU, hey, can I join? Which can definitely help them more. So I think that in that sense, Ukraine is privileged. Not in the war, just in that sense, so that I think that they shouldn't necessarily have a fear, because I believe that once the war is gone, that people will go back. Because when you leave your country, when you have to, it's not because you want to, you have to. So I think that the moment that they have an opportunity to be like, oh hey, things are clear, everything's okay now, that they will seize that opportunity and jump back in. But yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, and I would like to ask, okay, and then you.
I believe that there is a big problem of Ukrainians leaving their country, and I see things negatively, and I don't believe that a lot of people will go back, at least in a few years after in a post-war period. And the reason why is that people know how the things are going in EU, and the opportunities, the salaries, their life conditions, and they're of course much higher and better than we have currently in Ukraine. And I believe the way to solve that might be a great investment and really nudging Ukrainian government to make some changes. And as a citizen of Kyiv, I see a lot of changes that are currently happening and steps that are taken in that direction. And yeah, so summing up, I see a problem, and but from another side, if we are taking it from a European Union point, the workers, like a lot of Ukrainian workers will, how to say that, reduce labor shortages in Europe, and yeah, and a lot of won't be able even to come back, even if we are aware of that people that have left their houses, they have to go back, but it won't work in most of cases, I believe. So there should be a great conditions and such as investments and conditions to people to go back, to see that that in Ukraine we have the same opportunities for growth as in other countries, but of course in the post-war period.
Okay, thank you very much. Now I would like to ask the colleague over there.
Hello. Hello, I am Sofia. I'm from Podila State University, and I think that a big amount of Ukrainians which moved in another country because of war never come back in Ukraine because we have a very difficult situation with employment, and a lot of business closed because of big taxes which they need to pay in government, and when the war ends, the residents of Ukraine need to pay big bills, taxes, and to pay a debt for the Europe.
Okay, thank you very much. Jakub wants to take the floor.
I would maybe like to comment the answer from my Ukrainian colleague. That she has said that Kyiv is already doing the changes. That the Kyiv is doing the changes. There are a lot of new structures, but I think to compare, for example, I have a few conversations with Ukrainians. For example, properties in Kyiv costs pretty similar as in Warsaw. So we can see that in this level of the high developed cities, the Ukrainian is probably somewhere around the Polish level in development, but I think the main case is about the rural Ukrainian people and the people that lives in a village, in the countryside, because I think these regions are the mostly undeveloped regions of the Ukrainian, and their European Union and Ukraine should focus their money, their work to develop these regions, and then also the workers from the Ukraine will not be so so likely immigrate to European countries.
Okay, thank you very much. Barnaba?
I also wanted to tell about my opinion on the argument from Ukrainian colleague, because those good conditions for people to come back don't come out of nowhere. It's not like we just say and with a magic wand we just make better conditions. I think that Ukrainians will only come back if they have conditions, but what they need to do to have those conditions, that's the question, and I think that's the question of our debate. I think Ukrainian will come back only if they will be in the European Union, because then they will have the access to resources to repair the losses after the war and to develop better, to be on the same level, and hopefully they will be trying to come back. But I don't think it will be easy, and I don't think it will take only few years. I think it might take decades to do so. And as Kuba said, I think rural areas are the biggest problem because they are underdeveloped. So I think cities like Kyiv and Lvov, I think they are, when you go there, I don't think you will feel the big difference between those cities and European Union cities, like in Poland. But I think those rural areas are the main issue here, and I think Ukraine need to fix the law, and they just need to try to get an access for European Union, because I don't think Ukrainian will come back there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. There are two voices.
Can I say about Ukrainians not coming back after the end of the war? Because I'm from Chernihiv. It's post-occupied territory. It was under the active war conditions 2 years ago. And I want to say that after it was deoccupied, in the end of March 2022, people started to come back like months after that. And they came back to their ruined homes, and they didn't wait for someone to reconstruct it. They did it by their means, their work, and everything. They didn't wait for someone to do it. They did it by themselves because they wanted to live in their home country, in their home city. And I saw the great potential of people actually doing that. My home was hit by a missile, and it was reconstructed by 2 or 3 months, and not by the government money, but money from the people living in those flats, in those apartments in my complex. So I think that people will come back after the war because there is people that want to live in Ukraine, actually. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May I ask you to take the floor?
My name is Angelica, and I want agree with, what's her name? With Victoria, and she said all what I want to say, because Ukraine is our home, and all people want back to home. And what say Lisa, they come to another countries not because they want, they have to. That's all.
Thank you very much, Miguel.
Hello again, I'm Ricardo from Almeria, Spain. I would like to say that this is a very tough debate. I'm very happy because when I knew that we were going to discuss this, because it's very important us to be discussing and not just let these things pass by. So I celebrate that UniGreen decided to discuss about it. And for me, it was very touchy to hear what our friend was saying. First of all, we were discussing about fundamental rights. So I think that we never should lose from the middle of from the edge of this discussion that we are discussing about Ukraine, which is under war. It's a very hard situation. And I think that what Lisa said before was not that she's against enlargement, but that we need to be very responsible and very meticulous while discussing this. Because saying, putting enlargement, Iron Curtain in the same sentence, it can be very hard because it can, let's say, take back a ghost from the past, while we should look to the future, but always thinking about what is going on in Ukraine, what Ukraine people have to say about all this, because I think that enlargement and continue with the integration process will be great as long as we can reduce the drawbacks in it. What I'm trying to say is that, as the colleague was saying, maybe this is a process that will take decades, maybe even more, and it's delicate because we should have as a priority, let's say, the peace and the reconstruction, and giving Ukrainian people the possibility both to rebuild their cities, their society, and at the same time to access to all the good benefits, all the benefits that the EU can apport. And I think that maybe this is a very particular situation. So, as you said before, we need to think and try to bring clarity to this debate, trying to figure it out which solutions we can provide to step by step move forward, but being very respectful about what's going on in order not to provoke, to make the situation get worse before it can get better.
That is great, great comment. Thank you very much, and I would like to ask you to take the floor, please.
Hello, my name is Veronica. I'm also like my colleagues from this university. And speaking about the fundamental rights, I would like to say about my doubts. As you maybe know, in January of this year, there were like attacks on representatives of critical media for like president and government. So, as we all know, like widely spoken, freedom of speech is really important in European Union, and I think these events, which one of them was a few men tried to break into the apartment of the investigative journalist, and second one was invigilation of like employees of the website Bihus Info. Which they were recorded doing drugs and drinking alcohol, and it was posted in YouTube. So my question is, and it's my point of view, that they were like invigilated and they were like scared by some governmental structures. Obviously, in both cases, President spoke about the problems, and he said that it was really bad, and he didn't approve these actions. But my point of view is that we want to integrate, but speaking about structures outside, like between Ukraine and other countries, we have to be sure that inside of Ukraine, the structures are like good, and they are not invigilated among themselves. We have to have trust to Ukraine, and these actions make us concerned about Ukraine itself and the structures inside Ukraine.
Don't you think that this is the role of education, to give the people right directions or make them aware about certain facts? So one of the issue for integration will be to establish a kind of common way of thinking through the education. This is the role of the university, but going down secondary school and even primary schools, to build this kind of trust and to build this kind of understanding. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, of course, but I think as we want to integrate all of us, the trust is the main point of any discuss. So if we want to integrate with Ukraine by European Union, we have to have trust in them. We can't have any concerns like between the structures. And also speaking about education, I would like to say that, as my colleague said before, that many people from Ukraine try to emigrate because they can't get enough education. But I think the point is that first of all, the Ukraine should have steps further the better education, because it's not the point to emigrate because of bad quality of education and come back. I think it should be done inverse, like the Ukraine should put ideas to like put the education for a higher level, so Ukrainians are well educated, they have what they should have, and they don't have to look for the resources outside of their borders. I don't mean I say that Ukrainians shouldn't emigrate. I think that the quality of education should be higher, and as my colleague said, the problem is also in rural development. So maybe in the bigger cities the education is better, higher quality, but the rural education should be better, so all of us, every country has the same rights and possibilities to educate.
Okay, there was and you wanted also to take the floor.
Okay. Lisa from Liège again. Sorry. I'm not totally on the same board as what was just said. I do believe that yes, Ukraine should put steps in place so that they can get a higher level of education. It's always great to level up the index of a country, but I also don't agree with the fact that they shouldn't go to other countries for a higher education. I believe that Ukraine is not the only one who does that. Other countries also do so to have better opportunities. I know that, for example, in Belgium, we could say that we have a good level of education, but the way that the laws are structured kind of screws students over. So what we have to do, sometimes we don't have a choice, we have to go study into another country, because we can't study in Belgium anymore, or at least in Wallonia anymore, because Belgium is, it's weird and nothing makes sense. So I know that potentially I'm not sure that I can keep studying in Belgium next year, as if I was a Belgian citizen or a European citizenship, I'm not sure that I can. So there's a possibility that I might have to look going to study in the Netherlands or in Germany or even in Luxembourg. Sometimes I think that going to other countries for better opportunities for yourself is not necessarily a bad thing, but I do agree that every country should put their, at least education-wise, that they should have them at a certain standard and at a certain level. I do agree with that.
Thank you very much. You and... Okay, please take the floor.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm from University State of Podylia. And the first one, we know that Ukraine had difficult past. The name is Soviet Union, we know, and we really can't get rid of it as fast as we can and we want, unfortunately. But we after this we really didn't get support from other country, but now our young people really want to change this situation, and we really have, it's not bad education in our country, it's a problem with financing is this education, because a lot of university didn't get a grant on something. And the second one, it's provide agriculture in Ukraine and in other country. We really should improve our connection with other country, because we all countries in the planet have this problem like desertification. And I know that in Spain we had like they have like a system of riego. Riego? Yes, and in Ukraine we have the same, because we also have this problem with the certification. Yes, we should think about this with these ecology problems, and I really hope that we can support each other, and Ukraine also can support with this.
Thank you very much. May I ask you to take the floor?
Well, I agree with what was said before, and I wanted to talk about education, because I really believe that it is one of the most important tools to reach this goal, to integrating Ukraine into the EU. But I also think that if we want to convince the population now that they have to do some reforms and to develop their infrastructure, education is not enough, because there's a major part of the population which is not into education now. So it's really important for the younger generation, the next generations, and I really think that universities can do a lot on this topic. But I think that a political decision is needed, and really political investment is needed in order to convince people that the integrating is possible, and integration is one of the better options for Ukraine. And also I wanted to respond to what Lisa was saying, because I don't think that the other colleagues were saying that Ukrainian students shouldn't be going to other countries to study, because it's what we're all doing. We're all in another country to share our experience and to discuss. I think that what was said before is that we need to invest in Ukrainian education in order to give them the opportunity to study in their country, and if they want, they can go also abroad and learn new cultures and learn new things, but the main goal is to give them the opportunity to have the best quality of the education they can in their country.
Perfect. Thank you very much for this comment. I would even say, if they need to go to study abroad, like every students should go abroad to get the perspective bigger. And I would like to share one comment also. I'm very happy that after 1 hour and a quarter, for the first time, the politics came on the stage. That means that we really are out of this kind of issues. However, they are very much important also, because they are giving the direction of the changes. Listen, what I would like to propose is right now that everyone will take a floor for a short speech, 1 minute, to say maybe something add to the discussion, or say about the feeling about this gathering. Okay, how you like the discussion, or what would you add to the discussion? Maybe some topic which we have not have taken because of the lack of time. Jakub will be so brave again to start. Thank you very much, and please, we will pass the mic like that to the end, and then I will take the floor at the very much end. Please.
For sure. Thank you very much. I have no questions, but I would only like to say that I really like that we are honest, and I feel that all of us are honest to the others there today. Thank you very much.
So I wanted to start with saying I am very grateful for the opportunity to take part in such fruitful discussion, and I wanted to contribute one more part from my side, and I hope you will be very, I encourage you to elaborate. When Ukraine will become the part of the European Union, there will be the total length of border with states that have interests, how to put it, counter interest to European Union will skyrocket, with Belarus and Russia and Black Sea, which is very strategical export corridor for the Ukrainian product, and this is my main concern: how to do it so the Frontex, the European Union Border Agency, can operate on such lengths. When we saw its struggle with the humanitarian crisis at Polish borders. And the second aspect, to use my time as efficiently as I can, is that, in my opinion, European Union can receive a lot because after the dust settles, after the war dust settles, the European Union will, the Ukrainian army will be very experienced in active war conflict. And when you watch some NATO summit or you hear the NATO officials, this is their main concern, is that the Russian army will also be very experienced. So I think that the Ukrainian army will be so to say, a very solid, a very concrete addition to the European Union kind of army supplies, and a very counterweight to the Russian army. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Jakub. I'm studying this on university. I know I didn't say anything until now. It was because I was so fascinated while hearing other people's thoughts and opinions. So, yes, now I will take a part in this conversation. I think it's a very great gathering, so we can just sit and chat about the problem that is, I think, one of the most important problems now, since we know in how bad shape is Ukraine now due to war, corruption, labor problems. So I think that people should talk about it to make other people aware of this problem. So if I can, I would like to talk for a second about the labor problem, since I think that if Ukraine will join the European Union, they might be a labor drain, human resources drain, like it was between Poland and Germany. Many people that were living close to the border were moving to Germany to work, then go back, and the money that was German was taken to Poland. And from such doings, Great Britain also wanted to move out of the European Union. So it must be a problem, so we also should aware people about it. Thanks.
I would like to say that I'm really happy to be here, and I think that's the point of the discussion, to discuss any topic that we are not sure about, we have any doubts, etc. We have to be honest with each other, and we have to build mutual trust, and I am really grateful I could be there and talk with all of you. Thank you.
I also wanted to say that I'm really grateful to be here. It was really nice to see the topic from different perspectives. And I think it is really important to make such discussions on every level, actually, because we are now on academic level, and we know, I think, more about economic state than the average person. But I think those discussions should be more spread, especially in every association, because it is really important to inform people, talk about it, because think the changes are made by majority of people, and when people understand why those changes should be done, they are more likely to do them and to understand them and support them. So it's the same like in Poland before we joined European Union. So a lot of people didn't even know what it actually means, what that will change. So I think when we discuss more, we can understand the laws, the topics about joining European Union better, and I think that's the like the engine for the changes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I will pass the floor to Nikita, is there any question with the mics? No. Too closer to speak.
No, doesn't work.
Doesn't work. This one. Okay, so we try with the other one. Nikita, could you please? No, please sit down. Sit down and talk to this one.
Oh, okay.
We mix it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Please speak closely to this mic, okay?
I'm glad to be here. So thank you for this debate. Thank you for invite this event. You are all good people and smart people. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for doing this debate, and it was really interesting to listen to all arguments about Ukrainian integration to the European Union, and we will take to account all the stuff that you told, and we will do our best. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to say that a lot of important questions were raised, and there is much more to be discussed. So we discussed some chapters and steps to take, but I believe the most important part of it all is how, from my side and personally, what's important to me is to understand what our society can make and to move closer to Ukraine integration into European Union. So thanks.
I'm happy to be here and hearing everybody's opinion and like forming or better my own opinion with everybody's idea of the topic, and yeah, I'm very glad to hear
Thank
this.
you very much.
It was interesting to hear different opinions about our integration to Europe. And I have a rhetorical question. If other countries like Poland 20 years ago integrate to European Union, so why can we can't? Thanks for attention.
Thank you for your question, and I'm really grateful to be here and hearing all your opinion. And I want to thank every one of you for your contribution to the discussion. And I think that hearing different perspectives today was the main point of this debate. Hearing the European side, hearing the Ukrainian side, for me it's been very interesting also to think about some things that otherwise I wouldn't have thought. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Laura. I'm also from Portugal. I think it was really important to be here to listen all the ideas of the topics, and we have so much more to talk about this, and to think about the post-war is far enough, but yeah, I think we should talk more about this.
Okay, thank you very much.
I wanted to thank everybody who took part in this discussion. It helped me to see the point of view of European side, like Poland, Spain, Portugal. I think that my Ukrainian opinion should also help you like open your mind to something or think about things that you wouldn't think about. And yeah, thank you.
Well, I celebrate the debate that we had because I think that we were able to go deeper. I would like to add that from my perspective, the war is one of the most polluting events, and I will try not to sound naive while saying this, but I would like to invite us, all of us, to try to work towards reducing the budget that every year goes to military, because I think that the opposite of war isn't peace, is construction. So I think that what we're trying to do is to develop and try to move forward to a society where everyone can have a better life quality. And in that sense, I think that this construction starts here, with different groups, with diversity, with integration, and creating a collective intelligence.
Well, one thing is clear: European Union has to face during the following years to a very challenging issue. Had it not been for European Union, some of the countries, Poland included, wouldn't be in the position they are right now. So it can be seen as a very good opportunity to improve a new country. And what I hope is wars ends as soon as possible, and war can be as a nightmare for Ukrainian people. So I think nobody wants to be in their position, and we all hope that your country will be rebuilt and nobody will have to do something that they don't want. They could choose whatever they want.
I really enjoyed the discussion. I heard a lot of points of view, and I will think about all of them. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure to hear this conversation, all your opinions, sometimes different opinions, and I think it was a productive discussion. Thank you.
My name Tatiana. This discussion is very interesting. Thank you.
My name is Mateusz, and I really like the discussion here, and I would like to talk about one aspect which drags my attention the most. As the local representative for Erasmus Student Network, I would like to agree with the student who talked about the mobility, that we all should use the chance to travel to other universities to take part in mobilities programs like Erasmus or other types, because this is basically a very good thing we can get from the European Union. That's why we can go around Europe without any difficulties. And also I think that we have this exchange programs, it also improve our universities. So because to make this exchange, our universities need to make contracts between each other. So they need to talk with each other, make some conclusions to make a contract. So I think it improves international cooperations. So I think if some students go to exchange, they also help their universities to development. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Gail, I'm from Belgium. So first of all, I want to thank you all because I think you all brought something very special to this debate, and I want to congratulate you because you all been very respectful and listening to the others. From my point of view, I would say that we don't think about short term and long term, and we talked a lot about potential and easy stuff, and I think that European Union is not looking for easy, but for worth it decisions. So that's all I would say.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so Lisa from Liège, Belgium as well. I think I'll agree with what Ricardo said. I'm very much make love, not war kind of gal too. And I think that it all starts with a discussion, which is something that we had here. I wasn't ready for it to be as civil as it was, to be quite frank. I was ready to fight. But I do appreciate the way that it was conducted as well. Everyone, like, there was no kind of interruptions, because I've had debates where people are not respectful. And I just like to say that my point of view, my perspective is kind of coming from, I'm not EU, I'm not European, so it's coming from like an immigrant it's complicated, an immigrant perspective that lives in one of the founding members of the EU, or like the pre-EU from was the Treaty of Rome in 57. So it kind of, I know that my background kind of shows through, especially when I talk about opportunities abroad, which was brought up by my ESN colleague as well, which I applaud. So I do believe that every country here represented here has an ESN. Ukraine too now has an ESN since last year. So I do believe that these are factors that come into play and that actually help bring up these kinds of conversations, because you can meet people that you wouldn't meet, and so it helps bring new perspectives.
Yeah, my name is Anna. I'm from Ukraine, and I just want to say thank you for all the participants that for their opinions, and also the organizer that they gave us the opportunity to discuss such important topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you all for this discussing. So it's so very important, because a few years ago we couldn't think about this, that we can talk about Ukrainian integration to European Union, and it's it's very good opportunity. And we talked about some stereotypes, and I hope that we get rid of some of them, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm Sofia from Ukraine, and I want to thank you all for this conversation. I'm really excited to see and hear so smart people here, and who understand and support us in this situation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Vika from in Ukraine. It was listening to her every opinions. Thank you for the support.
Hello, I'm Zea, and I study here at the Warsaw University of Life Sciences, but I am originally from Hungary. Well, to be honest, I just came here to listen, and it was very interesting to hear everybody's point of view, especially about the importance of education. I always thought that education, and not only higher education, but from the point where we are children and how we are raised, is very important in how our societies are formed and how they are changed. And I think that not only thinking about how in a better situation, like should we study abroad, but even in this situation of necessity where Ukrainian people are already studying in European countries because, well, they can't at home really. I know that there's a lot of tension between like the citizens of these countries and the Europeans living here, but I think it can also be a really good starting situation, because if we are afraid about let's say different values and the quality of education, then I think like them studying here, it's also a good situation where they are gonna, like, no matter what, they are gonna exchange views and opinions, and it's gonna increase the understanding. And if the situation becomes better, then I think this is already a good sort of addition, I think, to, well, I don't know how to say it, but I think it's, well, I think I actually said what I meant. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I'm a photographer.
Good day, everyone. My name is Jamila. I'm a student here at the Warsaw University of Life Sciences. I study agriculture and ecology. It was a tremendous honor to be here to listen to you guys. As someone who comes from non-EU country, I'm from Kyrgyzstan. It was tremendously informative to hear both parties, Ukrainians and students who are from European countries. So yeah, I'm so excited and looking forward to the networking opportunities and open discussions. Thank you.
My name is Naziko. I'm from SGGW, but originally I'm from Kazakhstan, and I'm grateful to be here and listen different points of view about this important topic. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much. Would you please take the floor? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alexander. I'm a student of Faculty of Economics in our university. I'm very grateful for being there and listening all of our students. I'm very happy and grateful and very proud about the statement that we all agreed about the education. In my opinion, education is a key to exploring and tasting life and other countries or cultures. So in that condition, I think all things starts in our minds and our hearts. So it's very important to to study and to take the education in higher levels.
Thank you very much. You hold the mic, but maybe you would like to take the floor also. We appreciate very much your help. Indeed, we appreciate the help. Would you like to say something? You heard what we have said.
Yes, I heard everything, and it was extremely inspiring for me. I'm not the expert of this topic, and most of the stuff which you touched was difficult because we are not academical experts. So your opinion is, in my feeling, extremely important, and I think that all of us should hear our voices and think about it very strong. Thank you.
Would you agree that they are game changers?
Yes, definitely.
They are going to change the mind.
This is yours, millennium.
Okay. This is your millennium. I think this is the best closing of this. What I would say, very simple words. I think the direction is already set. There's no other directions that Europe will go its way and Ukraine will go its way. We will go one direction. The road is unfortunately not easy. There are a lot of different other ways, meanders, which we can go, and we are fearing of what we can find out during our journey. But the people from the past, they knew that before going somewhere, they were sitting down and talking, discussing how the journey could be difficult, what they could find, and they trust each other and they promise to support each other, and they did it during the journey. And I think today we start this kind of journey in our minds especially, but also with our universities, to go together with the mutual trust, with the discussion. Even if there will be a problem, it's better to discuss than not to do that. And those are the values of Unigreen. Unigreen that integrates the people, Unigreen that values the diversity, Unigreen that values the growth. And I hope with these values we can go together in better future, and you are this better future. Thank you very much. It was my privilege and pleasure to be with you today. I would like to ask that we will sit down, maybe as you sit, and